Hello, all, and welcome. With the Server Slam weekend coming up, I wanted to take a moment and kind of go over some of the details about it. And also, I've kind of redone my Druid build for what I'm going to be trying to run during the Server Slam, or Slam the Server, however you want to say it. So I thought I'd go ahead and put it out there for you guys to take a look at. You can change it, make it your own. Feel free to use it and then adapt it. You know what I mean? So first up, coming out this weekend, May 12th through the 14th. Make sure you get it downloaded early. It looks like we're going to be able to do that Wednesday on the 10th, May 10th. So just make sure you get that downloaded early so you're not waiting in line. You don't want to be downloading it while all your friends are playing it, right? No, nobody does. So let's jump into the build and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm thinking and whatnot. And what I'm doing is I'm building it towards the pets. I want to maximize the pet damage that we're going to have at level 20. So saying that, I've looked at all of the basic skills here and all good. You could make majority of them work for you. But for this build, I think we're going to go ahead and stick with the Storm Strike. Well, it's not my favorite skill of them. It's going to work out the best as far as giving us a little bit of damage reduction. And you're going to get some immobilize in there as well as some vulnerability. So it just kind of fits the best. It synergizes with it the best. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and grab Storm Strike, and then we're going to get Enhanced Storm Strike, and then Pure Storm Strike here to get the vulnerability. Now you can grab Wild Storm Strike if you have another way of getting vulnerability that's working good for you, and that way it'll hit 2 additional targets. So instead of, what does it do? It hits 3 targets. So you'll hit, instead of 3, you'll hit 5. And that way, when it does immobilize, it's going to mobilize 5 targets rather than 3. But for right now, for all intents and purposes, we're going to go with this setup here with Fierce Storm Strike and Enhanced Storm Strike. And then we're going to go ahead and jump on down here to our core skills. Originally, I was going with Lightning Storm. It's one of my favorite abilities that the Druid has. But I felt like it was lacking a little bit, especially when I was using it in the last beta. So, you know, as usual, I'm trying to make it work better, make it more function better for us. Now, you can go with something like Landslide. 2 pillars, crush, deal 112 points of damage, really good skill. You can also get the after landslide damages enemies 4 times. The next hit will immobilize. So every 4 hits, it's going to immobilize them for 3 seconds, which is good. And you can also get the Terremote, which is also a good one. So you get the immobilize and you get the stun and everything going from it. But I want to go for something that's more efficient and guaranteed, because then that way you have to work up the Terremote, and I just want to center the damage around the pets as well. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go with Pulverize, and I know what you're thinking. There's no stun, no nothing that goes with that. But this one's nice area damage. So we do area damage, 50%, not too bad. And then we go over here. Your next Pulverize will overpower every 10 seconds while you're healthy. So basically, while you keep your health up, this is a good initiator. So say you run into a big group of enemies, you run in, Pulverize, everybody's stunned. Your pets are going to start whittling through everybody, right? That's how the first start of this combo is going to go. Once you Pulverize, you start Storm Striking to get yourself some defense. And we're going to go ahead and grab that. So we have Pulverize, we have Enhanced Pulverize, and then we're going to go up here to Raging Pulverize. And that says what? Oh, it stuns for 2 seconds when it's overpowered. So every 10 seconds, we have a 2-second stun. That's huge. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and go back and forth between Storm Strike and Pulverize. So next up, we've got our defensive abilities, right? This one, originally I was going with Earthen Bulwark, which is just a defensive shield. And, I went with the one that gave us 18% basic life as Fortify. So I was trying to get more fortification and whatnot. But I felt like it was missing something in this category. So I decided we're going to try out Cyclone Armor, which gives just a passive of 20% non-physical damage reduction, which is big. And when you pop it off, it's going to push everyone away from you. So if things get too big, push it away, you get out of there, your pets are still going to be doing damage. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of those, and we're going to go Enhance Cyclone Armor. So when you do activate it, they're going to be slowed. And again, our pets do damage, or at least our wolves are going to do damage when they're immobilized, they're stunned, they're slowed, or they're poisoned. So those are the big things we're looking for, right? And then the next up, we're going to go ahead and grab the vulnerability one here, an innate cyclone armor. You can always grab preserving cyclone armor, which is going to give you extra damage reduction. And that's something I'm going to keep in my back pocket in case I'm taking too much damage. It's just a 30% damage reduction for 2 seconds when you activate it. So that's really cool. That's big. If you're having trouble staying alive, just swap these over because we already have a vulnerable from our Storm Strike. So this is just extra for when you pop it, it's going to make the whole crowd vulnerable, you know. And that vulnerable is just, in case you didn't know, it's extra 20% damage to that target. So next up, we're going to come down here and we're also going to grab Debilitating Roar. So that's a damage reduction on the enemies, the damage dealt, sorry, of enemies around you for 4 seconds. So not only are they going to be stunned, but just before they come out of the stun, you're going to hit Debilitating Roar. Then they're going to be doing less damage to you. And then we're going to go ahead and hit Enhanced Debilitating Roar. And that's going to give you fortification for 20% of your base life. Now, at this point, we are now level 11, as you can see up here at the top. We're going to come down here since we have access to the companions. We're going to go ahead and grab the wolves at level to make us level 12. And then at level 13, we're going to grab Enhanced Wolf Pack. That's where we get the immobilized, the stunned, the slowed, or the poisoned. And then we're going to build around this. So this is our main damage. At this point, you can come back over here to Debilitating Roar, and you can go ahead and grab the Innate Debilitating Roar if you want. That's just basically going to slow them. So you're level 14, you can slow now. So you've got Immobilize, you've got Vulnerable, you've got Slow. Then the next we want to do, once we get that, is you can come over here, we're going to grab Vine Creeper. So that's going to pop in the poison for us. And especially when you activate it, it's going to hold and immobilize the whole field. So basically, you're going to be able to cycle through between Pulverize, which stuns everybody every 10 seconds, your Debilitating Roar, which slows everybody in the area for 4 seconds, and then Immobilize from your Vine Creepers. Once you pop that off, you got 2 seconds of that. And, you know, basically what you're going to do is if there's a big, say, elite or a boss mob in there, you're going to pop one of these off and try and target him as best you can. Tell your wolves to attack him. They're going to do an extra 35% damage. They're just going to jump on him and attack. One thing we do want to do is we want to go ahead and grab Enhanced Vine Creeper as well and Brutal Vine Creeper because your critical strike chance is increased by 20% on anybody that's being strangled on the vines. When you activate it, that's an extra 20% crit chance for your wolves. And your wolves, we're going to go ahead and grab your critical strikes, make them attack faster. So level 18, you should look something like this. Now, something to keep in mind, we get about 20 points from leveling, right, in the beta. There's also 2 points we can get access to from the Renown system. So technically, you can put in 22 points. So we actually have 22 points to work with. So at this point, let's go ahead and grab this. And since we're at 20 now, we're going to go ahead and grab that one. And we're going to go ahead and put the wolves at that. So now your wolves are doing 38.5%. And your companions are going to deal an extra 30% damage. So technically, when you tell them to attack, they're not doing 38, they're going to be doing 68.5% damage. Normally, when they attack, they're just doing about 8%, but this is overall damage. So 30% damage is 38% damage. So that's huge for your pet damage and whatnot. So yeah, that's going to be it. That's kind of my build that I have going now. I'm going to be testing it out, tweaking things. If you guys need a crew to run with or anybody to just chat with while you're playing, make sure and check out the Discord. I'll put it in the description below just so you guys can join. It's always better to play with other people. And remember, we've got a short amount of time this weekend to level to 20 and then get in there and fight a Shavo because we only have like every 3 hours or so we can fight him or her. So it's good to join up with other people. Even if you party for a little bit, you get a 10 XP bonus from being in a party with somebody. To me, that's a bonus. Now, when the game releases, you may not want to do that. But if you're part of the Discord, you can always just join in and chat with people while we're all playing. We like to have a good time, so make sure to join that. Also, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below with anything you got. I'd love to have a discussion about any of this. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you later.